I forgot to say earlier in the week, because I thought it was very funny, and my wife has asked me multiple times this week, did you talk about that at work? And I was like, no, I forgot. She caught me eating out of the trash. She walks into the kitchen and goes, what the fuck are you, George Costanza? Because, and I was not eating out of the trash, as I told her.
Like you were.
Fucking dramatic bitch. Wasn't eating out of the garbage. I went to take the garbage out because it was, it was full. Mm-hmm. And I see laying right on top of all the trash. Again, this was just like the fucking, it was not in the trash. There was no garbage juice on this.
Yeah.
And so we had steak that night, shell steak, which the least appealing sounding steak, but it was good. And one of the shell steaks she covered in this McCormick seasoning, this like Baja citrus shit. And it was funny because E-Rock gave me these packs of seasoning like 4 years ago. I still have them in my cabinet. Finally, we used one. And I had just noticed it was sitting on top of the garbage, and it looked like it had spilled out. And I'm like, what is this thing, full? And I pick it up, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing's like totally full.
The seasoning?
Yeah, the seasoning pack. Like, she didn't even use that much. I'm like, what would this have tasted like if we had a lot of it on the steak instead of just a tiny bit? That's the one. And by the way, she was like, oh, I don't know, this doesn't taste right. I'm like, because it's for chicken and shrimp. You put it on steak, dumbass. That's why it doesn't taste right.
You don't need citrus on steak.
Yeah, I don't.
Who squeezes a lemon over steak?
I fucking whopped her in the back of the head with a frying pan. So what were you thinking? Next time you make my dinner, make it right, or I'll kill you. But so I take it out of the trash, and I'm like, oh, there's a ton in here. What should this have tasted like? And I dipped my finger in, scooped out some seasoning, and ate it.
Can I ask you, what made you see it in the trash and think there could be still some seasoning left in there?
I was really hungry. This is when all the kidney troubles started, so I haven't really been eating much, but I've been starving a lot.
Did you do the Molly move of lick your finger, stick it in the bag, pull it out, the fun dip move?
When I went for my second dip, yes. It was
pinch at first.
I took out a knife, I stabbed it open, and I went...
Rubbed it on your gums.
You can really taste the Baja citrus, peppercorns. Yeah, I did all of that, and that's when she walked in, of course.
This is way worse than Costanza, because there's no point to eat it.
I was so hungry.
You're like, this tastes like it's been stepped on. Turns out somebody stepped on it before they put it in the trash.
I turned to her with my pinky still covered in brown Baja citrus. I was like, you've been cutting my shit? I knew those steaks were missing some of this. Why is this in the trash? But no, I felt it was one of those like jump scare moments where I didn't know she was walking in the kitchen.
Oh God!
And I'm fucking eating seasoning out of the trash,
doing something no one would ever know about ever.
And it was such a fat ass impulsive thing where like I just went for one taste to be like, what was this actually supposed to taste like? And I'm like, scoop 2, scoop 3.
When you saw it though, were you like, oh, I'm going to grab it. Maybe there's some residue in there. Like, were you that low where you were like, I'll just get some residue out of this empty packet? And you're like, oh my God, it's full.
I'll suck your dick for some relish. Come on, man. Just give me some of that seasoning. I don't even need the steak. Pretty much. No, what it was, again, it was sitting on top of all the garbage. It was on its side, and it looked like a ton had poured out of it.
Oh,
so it looked like this full bag of seasoning had just dumped out on the rest of the trash.
All right.
And I was like, how much is in that fucking thing? Why didn't she, I know she used it, why didn't she use the whole thing? And I pick it up, I'm like, there's a ton in here. And again, it hadn't been tainted by any of the garbage. So I fucking dipped my Coke finger in.
A little.
I snorted some lines. And she walked in right when I was on like my third scoop and scared the shit out of me. Because
Was she there for like a minute? You're just like...
She had to have been. She had to have been like watching me from the hallway and just like... Because when she came in, she like stormed in and just laughing already. Like, what the fuck are you, George Costanza? What are you doing? And I was just like, nothing. I wasn't eating out of the trash. You were eating out of the trash.